It is changing. You are in real danger. You are, I think when you look at Israel, the Israeli people or the Israelites were told by God to choose life. And there is a culture of death and a culture of life right now. And much of your business in your capital is choosing death. And it's really frightening, truly frightening to see what's happening. And now Palestinians on your streets, the Palestinians on our streets that are chanting for death. Ezra, I really truly believe we have a very short window for people to wake up and start choosing life, because it's going to get harder and harder to stand.
I'm worried about that too. And I think there's one thing to inculcate Western liberal values in the people who are here, but it's another, I think, maybe to, the old first rule of holes when you're in one, stop digging. And both Canada and the United States have massive unvetted migration. Your open border on the south.
West does.
Yeah.
The entire Western world has done this. And I know you were shouting about it. I was shouting about it. You cannot do this. You're collapsing the infrastructure. You're collapsing the civilization. You have a great conflict of civilization going on right now. Minnesota is almost gone. Detroit, almost completely gone. You look at what's happening in Texas. New York says they can't handle anymore. They started really whining and saying our city's going to have to shut down soon because they had 100,000. We have on one place, Eagle Pass here in Texas, 100,000 every week.
That's crazy.
You cannot continue this way. Last month we had 243 that were on the terrorist watch list that we caught. How many are here?
Well, and that's terrifying. I look at the infiltration attack that Hamas just did against Israel. It was a few thousand, and they were able to inflict such carnage. If I was an Iranian strategist, I would say, well, there's an open border. We can place assets in the heart of the great Satan and do to them what we just did to southern Israel. I think it's a strategic risk, not just a systemic risk. Why does the other side believe in open borders? I don't understand their end game. Why do they want this?
Ezra, I've been doing this a long time. You have too, but I have been studying our government. And our government is so far off the beaten path. We are not the good guy. We have been infiltrated by people who do not like the United States of America, making policy. How can we give $100 billion through our proxy to Iran?
Yeah.
How is that possible? What does that even mean? Why would you do that? Why would you keep the borders open? Why would you spend the money that we're spending right now when you know inflation is on the rise and hyperinflation is in the not too distant future?
Yeah.
Why would you do these things? The only reason I can come up with is either you're absolutely incompetent moron or you have a different objective. And I believe their objective is to bring America to her knees. So there is a multipolar world to take and redistribute the wealth of the United States, break the back of the industrial system, and push us into closer to what the rest of the world is like when it's in poverty.